Marvel fans have been asking for a Black Widow solo movie for a long while. It took years, but eventually the studio listened and a Black Widow movie was announced. However, after the announcement it was relatively quiet on the news front. We knew of course that it would be star Scarlett Johansson in the titular role, but not much else. Johansson did have particular feelings about the not an origin story. Fans were grasping at straws for any hint that the movie would signal Black Widow was not really dead. Unfortunately, Johansson has dashed those hopes while also reassuring fans that they will get closure. But apart from closure, what else do you know about the upcoming Black Widow standalone movie? The movie may not be out until May 2020, but the trailer for Black Widow has officially launched online and the internet has some very strong and positive feelings about it. But while we wait, join Black Mamba, here are 7 talking points from Tuesday's news trailer. Just like Budapest, the opening shot of the Hungarian capital Budapest teases that we will finally uncover more about an event briefly mentioned in the first Avengers movie back in 2012. In that film, Natasha Romanoff aka Black Widow, firing of shotguns, casually says to Hawkeye, "Just like Budapest all over again." Hawkeye responds, "You and I remember Budapest very differently." It has reference that has interested and excited fans ever since. But there is a complicating factor. This movie is set after, not before the Avengers. It actually follows the events of Captain America Civil War. So is Budapest here a flashback, or is Black Widow come back to it after traumatic events in the past? Good to see you too, sis. In the trailer we see that Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff enters an apartment, introduces us to Yelena Belova, played by British star Florence Pugh. In the comic books, Yelena, like Natasha, is a product of the Black Widow program which trains young women to become spies and assassins. Natasha refers to Yelena as sis, so there is a question that they might be blood relatives or that they feel like family because they have both come through the home of the Black Widow program, the Red Room. Black Widow's recruitment. Heard you had to leave in a hurry, so what are you going to do? A male voice says to Black Widow in the trailer. It's highly likely that this belongs to a younger version of Thaddeus Ross, the figure who ended up in charge of the program that led to Bruce Banner accidentally becoming the Hulk, and who later is Secretary of State during the events of Captain America Civil War. In Black Widow, it seems likely we are seeing him at an earlier point in his career, possibly recruiting one-time KGB killer Black Widow to Special Law Enforcement Agency SHIELD. Who is the Taskmaster? A car chase through a city is the introduction for who, at his stage, appears to be the film's main villain Taskmaster. In the comic books, one of Taskmaster's powerful abilities is the character's photographic reflexes, which makes them able to replicate the skins of anyone they observe. Like Hawkeye, the character uses a bow and arrow as one of their weapons, so Taskmaster may have encountered him at some point. Fans have been speculating on who might be behind Taskmaster mask. One theory is that in such a female-centered movie, it would be appropriate for the villain to be a woman. Inside the Red Room. Speaking of the Red Room, we get a brief glimpse of part of the training facility as more than a dozen gun-wielding women in Black Widow's style outfits practice carefully choreographed and deadly-looking moves. Meet the Melina. Rachel Weisz Melina, widely assumed to be Yelena Belova, is another graduate of the Black Widow program, who in the Marvel comics goes on to become the deadly supervillain Iron Maiden. Here she may be an early mentor figure for Black Widow. And lastly, the Red Guardian returns. A dinner table sense also helps to introduce the trailer's last major character, Alexei Shostakov, aka Red Guardian, played by Stranger Things star David Harbour. He dons a costume, stating with satisfaction that it still fits despite having put on weight over the years. The strong implication is that Shostakov has returned to become the Red Guardian. Russia answers to Captain America after some considerable time. At the table, he proclaims family back together again. In the Marvel comics, Shostakov is at one point married to Natasha before she becomes Black Widow. Although this storyline looks unlikely to be reflected in this movie. So this is 7 points before releasing the Black Widow movie.